Ciao, friends. So today we're diving into the life of Rachel. We see Rachel in Genesis 29 to 35. She was one of Laban's daughters, Leah's sister, who we'll meet next time. And Rachel ended up marrying Jacob. So she was known for her beauty, absolute stunning beauty. In Genesis 29, 9 to 12, Rachel and Jacob meet. He instantly falls in love with her. 21 to 28, Laban tricks Jacob into marrying. He thinks he's marrying Rachel. We see another switcheroo. Jacob wakes up the morning after his wedding, and it's Rachel's older sister, Leah, that he has married. Wah, wah. So we'll dive into that part next week, but more on Rachel. So after another 7 years, 14 years total, Rachel finally becomes Jacob's wife. He is head over heels, enamored with her, completely in love with her. I think at this point over the years, we see this tension between Rachel and her sister Leah. Chapter 30 in Genesis, we see another struggle with infertility. Prior to this chapter, we see Leah having baby after baby after baby with Jacob, also married to him, right? There is jealousy here. There is Rachel trying to manipulate and control God's plan happening here. Envy and bitterness begin at this time to kind of stir in Rachel's heart. Genesis 30, 22 to 24, finally the waiting ends and Rachel becomes pregnant. Fast forward Genesis 35, 16 to 20, Rachel becomes pregnant again, and this time she passes away during childbirth. So something interesting happens in Genesis 35, verse 18. I think it's important for us to pay attention to. As she's talking about Rachel, as she breathed her last, for as she was dying, she named her son Ben-Oni, but his father named him Benjamin. I think this is really interesting because Ben-Oni means son of my sorrow. Benjamin means son of my right hand. So Jacob renaming Ben-Oni, Benjamin, is really significant. We see it captures this truly complex state that life was in, life still is in, right? In the moments of our greatest sorrow, there can still be hope and strength. And that's what this changing of this name signified. Rachel died in sorrow, but her son goes on to be the ancestor of the tribe of Benjamin, which we know King Saul came from the tribe of Benjamin, which is Israel's first king, and Paul the Apostle both came from this lineage. There's so much to pull from Rachel's life. 3 takeaways I want to highlight. The first one is God's blessings sometimes come from the waiting and the struggle. It's in these seasons of waiting that we can see God show up, and not only show up, but show up in a really big way. The second takeaway, I think, is a warning about jealousy and comparison. Comparing our lives and our blessings, even our trials with others, is never, ever fruitful. Rachel did it with her own sister Leah, and all it caused her was heartache and pain and discord and, right? So thinking through these feelings, we know we have them. They're real feelings that happen. But what do we do with them when we have them? Instead of letting them fester, we bring them to the foot of the cross and we give them to Jesus. The last thing I think we see from Rachel that is really worth noting is her faith in God. Even with human flaws and moments of absolute weakness, Rachel was able to grow. And we see the example of naming Joseph, her first son, showed reliance on God's promise. She relied on him. Joseph means, may the Lord add to me another son. Rachel's life encourages us to keep trusting God always, no matter what happens. Friends, I hope today is nothing but blessed for you. And as always, remember, there is always something to be grateful for. Ciao.